Welcome back to another episode of the Universal Voice, and I'm once again joined by David. David, how are things going for you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Missed the game last night, but caught the highlights, and so yeah, I'm fine.
So I'm doing great, man. We've had some crazy ups and downs in the last few weeks, you can say, in terms of the results and the performances. And you wanted to talk about something specifically. So this is the floor for you. Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Cool. Well, I just want to reach out to people who say they're supporting United, but also they're not trusting Solskjaer with certain things like his team selections or his tactics, like substitutions, for example. Now, I know when we played West Ham in the league, we needed a goal, and he brought Matic on in like the 85th minute, something like that, perhaps. And I'm sure I do know some people were criticising him, going, "Why are you bringing Matic on when you need a goal?" Well, a few minutes later, Matic set the goal up that won us the game. So Solskjaer got the game, got the tactics right in that game, and shut the fans up. And then last night, I was at work, so I didn't see any comments on social media. But I am sure when Fred came on, people were like, "Why are you bringing Fred on? Why are you not bringing Donny on?" And who crossed the ball in to Ronaldo for the winning goal? Fred, with a perfect cross. Now I've seen comments. I've even seen people criticising it. People saying that he just crossed it in and hoped for the best.
I think most of the crosses are like that, to be very honest.
Exactly.
You just put it in the right places. That's about it.
Exactly. Fred cannot get a break. He could score Wildy, and people would be like, yeah, it's not so bad. So again, Solskjaer got the tactics right. Again, the substitutions right. And I've seen this video of Donny van der Beek acting like, in my eyes, a petulant child because he didn't come on. And I've seen people going, he should be giving Donny and I'm not saying he shouldn't be giving Donny a chance, but I mean, last night it proved that bringing Fred on over Donny worked. Now, people are saying he played at left back instead of central midfield. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know. I know obviously he probably wouldn't have been on the wing if he wasn't central midfield, but still, he brought the right player on at the right time. And people need to realise that when Solskjaer makes a substitution, quite a lot of the time it does work. It don't work all the time. I mean, but no, I mean, City made substitutions against PSG on Tuesday. They didn't work, so they don't always work. But the thing is, it's getting such on my wick when people criticise Solskjaer for his substitutions, and it's proven in the last couple of weeks they do actually work. The Aston Villa game, people are complaining because he brought Cavani on and he didn't bring anyone else on. I mean, I'm trying to think. Maguire went off injured. Luke Shaw went off injured.
Get anyone else?
There's two substitutions that were took out of his hands. What do you want to do?
Cavani won us the penalty.
Yeah, well, the penalty as well. But you can't blame Solskjaer for that. But I mean, he had one tactical substitution in that home game because two of them were used on injuries. Now, yeah, maybe you could have took Maguire off for, I don't know, Cavani. I don't think Cavani was on the bench, but I'm just using. But you're not going to do that when it's so early on in the game. You're going to do like for like, and it is literally just crazy how people just criticise him so many times, and then he proves them wrong.
I think in this regards, David, I think you and me both are in the same thought process, because just about an hour ago before recording this video, I put out a reel wherein Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is talking about his substitutes, and the caption read that it's understandable and it's fine if you criticize certain decisions that he makes, but at the same time, when he's getting a few things right, do not ignore them. If he's making the substitutions right and they come and make an impact, which is exactly what you're talking about, do not ignore them. You should also point the goods out, even the positives out, if you're talking about the negatives in that sense. And the other thing that I want to clarify, because you weren't able to watch the match, Fred did come on as a left back for Telles, and that is completely justifiable because we have two major injuries in the wing back position, and there wasn't anyone who could come and replace him. Fred is a left footer, he has the engine, so it made perfect sense to put Fred on as a left back. You can't put Donny there. You cannot put Donny there. It's as simple as that. And one thing that I would like to point out exactly with the point that you're making is that we got Lingard on in the last game, we got Cavani on, and we got Fred on. And I think there was Matic. I love Donny. I wanted to play exactly like you, but he couldn't have done what Matic did when he came on. He started taking ownership of the game in the midfield. He couldn't have done what Fred did because left back, and I don't think he can play left back. He couldn't do what Cavani did as a striker because, oh my God, what an impact Cavani had.
Yeah,
he literally raised the tempo in the forward line.
Stuff of it, yeah.
And last was Jesse Lingard, again, the one who created nuisance in and around the box. That is exactly what he's used for. So I don't see where Donny would have fit in as it is in that game. So coming back to you, David, I'm so sorry to cut you off that way. The point that you're making is something that I agree with. Is there anything that you would like to add in that sort?
Well, West Ham, Ollie proved you wrong. Not you, but people wrong. He proved people wrong last night, and he will prove people wrong when the season finishes. Now, if you want to be Ollie out, then fine. But in my eyes, you support the club, you support the manager, you support the players. And Ollie is part of this club at the moment. So if you can't be asked to support Ollie, then don't bother supporting the club and go and support somebody else. Because personally, I don't care for any of you plastic fans. And simple as, Ollie will prove you lot wrong at the end of the season, just like he will prove the Scousers wrong, the Bitters wrong. And then people are going on about he's had any hard games this season. Wait until we play Liverpool, Chelsea and City. Hold on a second. Against Pep Guardiola, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a better win record against Pep Guardiola. Okay. Against Liverpool, we knocked them out the FA Cup last season, and they only beat us when we were absolutely knackered after playing 4 games in like 7 days. And
even at Anfield, David, we should have won if you remember that game. We were playing better than them at Anfield last season.
Yeah, we should have. And Tuchel, the manager that we beat twice in their own backyard when technically they were the stronger team. I'm sorry, but you can say it. I've never been afraid to play these type of clubs. It's the smaller clubs I dread, and the only I don't call them a big club anymore. The only big club really, big-ish, that I'm more worried about is Arsenal, because our record against them is shit. Five games without a win, and we've only scored 1 goal in that time. They're the team I'd be more frightened of than City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea, because I don't know what it is.
You know why? You know why, David? Because and this is no dig at Arsenal. It's because they play us the way the smaller teams play us. They sit back and they hope for a counter attack, which is why it's difficult for us to beat them. I'm being frank.
No. But yeah, it's just crazy, and Ollie will prove these haters wrong at the end of the season. I would guarantee it.
Listen, I'm gonna at the end of the day, I'm going to back the positiveness which is coming out of fans. At the same time, the last thing before I want to ask you, David, you can support the manager. I completely agree. I do the same. But at the same time, you cannot go away from the criticism, some of the valid, genuine, productive criticism that is there, which is placed on the coaching staff. I'm sure even you agree with a few of them.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard things like the performance last night wasn't that good. I've seen ratings, and I saw Telles got a 5, and I'm like, but you got a goal. So
but he had a bad game.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game. But yeah, there's things to be worked on, and some criticism is valid. But some of the time it's not, and sometimes I would wait until after the game, when the final whistle has gone, when the players are in the tunnel, before starting criticising stuff that Solskjaer's doing on the pitch, like tactics or substitutions, because it's proven this season it'll come back to bite you in the arse. And he will win the Premier League this season. That's my gut. I said it at the start of the season. I still say it now. We lost to Villa, okay, but we're only still 1 point off the top, and we still have to play the Scouse Scrum, the City Bitters, the Chelsea celery throwers. If you don't understand that, literally Google Chelsea and celery, and
okay, I'll do that.
Why. Yeah. I was in a Chelsea pub once before Charity Shield, and the Chelsea fans were throwing celery around, and all they were doing was shouting celery, celery. I don't know why, but it is goddamn true.
Oh shit,
No.
David, I think this was the perfect kind of a chat that I wanted to have with you, because I wanted to bring a little balance to the equation which is there in social media right now, and it was very refreshing. And you know what, David, over the coming days and coming weeks, because we have an international break, we will go and sit and have a deeper conversation about everything, including, guys, I'm going to come back to this. It's all about having the right balance. It's not just about criticizing or praising. It's about having the balance and understanding. And I think, David, today you've come across with just genuine, sincere points, which helps us to do that. And we're going to talk very, very, very soon. I think even you have to go, and it was a nice, short, quick call. And thank you so much for coming on.
No, thanks for having me. I mean, I know it was a push for you and push for me, but we managed to get it in there, and you got the exclusive. I didn't say any of this on my Instagram, so you got the exclusive.
It's going to be out very soon, man. And before we go, the last word coming in from David, I'm not letting them forget this. Manchester United are winning the league.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Possibly
Thank you, David.
Champions League.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Maybe the treble. It's all about positivity. Believe.
It's all about positivity. Thank you so much, man. I'll see you soon.
No problem, mate. Thank you.